Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you so much for coming back for, unfortunately, the last episode of phase one of our season one of our planting season. Before I embark on the journey, what we're discussing, which is just basically harvesting next steps and all, I would like to say a profound thank you, and thank you to all of you that have liked, subscribed, asked questions, followed me through this journey. I know when I said earlier this year, I told you I was stepping out of my comfort zone. It was more like when I had my retreat for the year, this is what was laid on my spirit to actually move to do in terms of showing people how to plant. And you guys have been awesome in terms of the encouraging words, the follow-up, the feedback. I am truly and extremely grateful. You can't understand it. As I said before, I'm not the kind of person that puts myself in front of social media. I don't do that. That's really not me. So it was the idea of stretching out of my comfort zone, and then the feedback and the encouragement just helped me understand that truly what I heard in February or January was actually God's voice leading me on what to do. So, last episode, and somebody asked me last week, I didn't show me what your end of season harvest is. So this is what my end of season harvest looked like. Along with everything I had shared with you then. For some, it might be the end of the season. For some of us die-hard gardeners, we moved some of our plants indoors. So I have my hot peppers indoors because I realized I need a little bit more time to reach their ripe nature. So now we're done planting. What next? So I'll come from two aspects. Aspect one, looking at the planting, and aspect two, what's next for me, this channel, and for you, my viewers and listeners and supporters community, for our gardening community, bottom line. So in terms of gardening, now, I think it was episode 1 or episode 2, we talked about harvesting your seeds. So if you plan on planting for next year, I'll recommend don't eat your seeds. So harvest your seeds, store them, keep them in a Ziploc bag, dry them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and leave them ahead for next season. If you do not know how, I think it was episode 2, the link is in the description. Go back, watch the video, go through the process, and prep yourself up for next planting season. Then, secondly, now comes into, okay, fine, now I've plucked out my tomatoes and my peppers. Now what? You have two different options. Some people pull out the stem and throw it away and cover their plants or their pots or their area of gardening to help keep it, more like mulch it. Some people leave it till next year. Honestly, everything all depends on my mood. Some years I have enough energy and the weather is good, I go and uproot, move things away. Some other years I'm just too lazy, I just leave it as is, then I come back in spring and look at it. But some schools of thought say if you cover your flower bed, it helps to prevent seeping through the snow, washing through the nutrients of the soil. Some say it doesn't really matter. So everything is really, really up to you. Whatever you decide to do, just prep yourself for next season and next harvest. So for those of you that may have planted and things did not necessarily go according to how you wanted, i.e. maybe your fruits did not come out, you had one challenge or the other, I will encourage you to take heart and try again next year. I have a testimony from one of my community gardeners, and this is her second or third year gardening, and this year she had rave reviews. Everything went accordingly. She didn't have to ripen her things indoors. Everything went accordingly. So just it's patience and it's learning as we're all going. So we're learning each day on what to do, how to do it better and improve in terms of what we can get in our yields and in our harvests. So that's closing for what's happening regarding our planting. Now, remember I said end of last episode for phase 1. So phase 2, what's been going to happen, once again, retreat in the moment of prayer, and this is what was laid on my spirit, is I'm going to be starting a series we're going to be discussing like life's lessons from gardening. I am one of those people that theory is good, but practicals make sense. And practicals and things I can see and things I do makes a lot more sense to me and makes it easier for me to understand. So who knows, I may have people like me as well, or people that just need for more encouragement or something of that nature. So phase 2, which will be starting next month, is we'll be looking at life principles that we are learning through gardening. It will cover various things like investments. It will cover things like identity, purpose, perseverance, going through challenges, but everything from the spectacle or the position of gardening. And as I can say, for me, going through life, the idea of once I started gardening, some of these principles were a lot easier for me to understand. And I'd like to take you on that journey with me, just to share in terms of how planting has helped me beyond getting food on my table, but also understanding me and understanding life a lot better. So stay tuned for that. Then what next? I think that's really it. It's just an issue of gratitude. Once again, thank you so much. And I already have things in mind for next year and our next planting season. But two things. One, depending on what you like in terms of planting for next year, let me know. Drop it in the chat. Let me know what you like what would like us to plant together next year, and we can embrace that. I have a couple of ideas in my mind, but it's all about viewers and audience to know what they want. And secondly, if there is a life principle that you are finding a little bit difficult to understand or to hold a grasp of it, share it in the comments as well. Who knows, as we continue with our phase 2, we shall go through that. And then also one more thing, there'll be some rebranding coming soon, and then I'll keep you posted. Bottom line, as I said, for me it's a journey straight out of my comfort zone, and all of you make it so much easier, not easier, make it easier for me to go through it, give me the encouragement to continue. Thank you so much, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, and do have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.